Hey everyone, Alan here, and here's the review of the Tamiya M60A3. So I believe this kit was re-released in 1990, which is when this particular box is from. However, I think the original sprues dated back somewhere between 1970s and 1980s. Don't quote me on that, I'm not sure. So without further ado, let's get started. This is a card from the eBay dealer. Two catalogs from Tamiya. The instruction sheet in classic Tamiya fold-out leaf style with the painting and marking guide on the back. You have the classic Tamiya vinyl tracks, which you are going to have to melt together. Well, the camera isn't focusing, but I know that not a lot of many modelers aren't exactly a fan of those kinds of tracks. So I know that AFV Club does produce an aftermarket set for the M60. So if you guys don't like those tracks, then you can definitely get a pair of those. Here's the upper hole. Many parts aren't attached. You're gonna have to glue them on yourself, so a lot of details missing, but the engine grills are very nicely molded in, and a good wash will definitely bring those out. Here's the lower hole, and it's absolutely filled with Tamiya's old motorization holes. However, they shouldn't be too much of a pain to fill, and I do plan to fill them myself. Here's the first sprue. Let me just get it out of the bags. You have Tamiya's old staples. We have some poly caps for the wheels. And here you can see we have the wheels, some of the suspension arms, a figure, and various parts for the lower hull. Next bag contains two sprues. Weirdly enough, this does come completely sealed in without any staples. We'll look at the first sprue here. Looks like we have our road wheels, idler wheels, and return rollers, I believe. This sprue is entirely made up of wheels. We have the rear engine cover, very nicely detailed. Some general parts for the upper hull. You have a light, which I believe is just a leftover on the sprue. Driver's hatch and air filters. Sorry for the quality of the video, but it's the best I can do right now. Next bag contains the commander's cupola and a sheet of decals or decals. You have the commander's cupola, another figure. I believe this is the part of the deep weighting kit. Manflet for the cupola's machine gun, which the camera's probably not picking up on it, but it does have some very nice canvas detail. We have one of the two types of gun barrels included in the kit, and some smoke dischargers. Decals are old. Looks like they're a little yellowed, but I'm not going to be using them anyway. And the last bag contains our turret and an accessory packet. We have the turret top and bottom, and you can see a mantlet here, nicely molded. However, I will be removing it and scratching my own. We have a gun mantlet with very nice canvas detail, some more drive sprockets, another type of gun, and some various hatches. Finally, we have a small accessory packet which includes 2 metal rods for the drive sprocket and idler wheel, some mesh which you're supposed to cut out to fit in the turret bustle, and a piece of string for the tow cable. So with that, we'll go on to the instructions. So I'm not going to go through every sheet of this instruction sheet, but I'm just going to give you guys a general overview on what you can expect on the construction of the vehicle. If you do really want to see every detail, there is a instruction sheet on Tamiya's website, TamiyaUSA.com. You just search up M60A3 and it should give you some options, and you may be able to view instructions there. So we have Tamiya's normal blurb on the, a small blurb on the history of the M60. It's in English, German, I believe this is French, Japanese, and yeah, that's it. Construction begins as any other tank kit would, with the lower hull, suspension, sprockets, moving on to the upper hull, turret, and here is where you're going to need to cut out the mesh. It gives you an exact size that you need. Instructions continue on the back. Installation of tracks, figures, cupola. This is the Marines version. Army version, you'll have 2 different gun barrels to choose from, and the deep weighting kit, followed by the painting and marking guide. So some general final thoughts on the kit. I saw no flash on this whatsoever. Classic Tamiya quality, good plastic, and I didn't see anything wrong with the kit so far. So I'll give you guys an update when I've gotten through some stages of the construction, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Have a nice day, and happy holidays.